Towers of Doom, grand final, everybody. Here we go. We got Gunnars on against the Hardos. Well, Gunnars on today, obviously, with not their A team. It's the B team, so to say. Monkey and Azurite are today with them, and that's not a rip on them. But if you have to fill the shoes of people like Poik and Breeze, then obviously that's not easy at all. But, well, as we're headed into our first game of this series, this is the best of 3 at the end of the 7th qualifier for the X Cup Fall. We got our boy Samuro banned out. Against Monkey, you want to ban Samuro out. We talked about this in the semifinal. If you don't, then, well, everything else that happens in the game is then on you. So, as you can tell, we got the quick ban on Junkrat 2, especially against Hardos. It makes tons of sense. Plus, Stukov gets banned. I want to see Vala again. I want to see a little bit more of a hard-fought game with Vala on one side, trying to go for the stacks. We've seen her plenty of times now on Towers of Doom and other maps. We've seen arrow build, we've seen auto-attack style. If it's Infernal Shrines, you still get the multi-shot build every now and then. Obviously, since that particular style caters very, very well to the objective on Infernal. But now with the first pick, what's it going to be? Do we get Vala? Yes, there it is. Nice. Vala in the house, everybody. Okay. Currently played by Azurite. This is a bit more likely than Smexy, at least in game number 1. But yeah, I'm happy. This is going to be a great one. I like the matches that we still have, you know, with the Hardos, the Chili Donuts, Gunnars on Team WAP when they're playing. And of course, this time we had a few teams that caused small upsets here. Gunnars on was able to make it all the way to the grand final, but a few of the teams, they weren't really so lucky. Look at Chili Donuts, for example. They lost already in the quarterfinal in the best of 1 series against Team Order. That was a bit of a setback there, but great job by Team Order, able to lock themselves, or to lock a few more points in for themselves. They are currently playing in the 3rd place decider to try and see if they can get some extra points. With Brightwing and Hogger now picked, we get on the other side Uther and Blaze. And it seems like we're going to look like we're looking forward to a double support, because Wooby is locking in Uther, meaning we're going to see an Uther main tank, unless they are going for the good old Swapperino. Might also just decide, nah. Now, for just a moment, I was thinking, well, maybe they're trying to play some mind games here. They swap Uther over to Smexy and then play Zarya, which now gets banned out, plus main tank. But main tank Blaze with that, I don't really think that's going to happen. You could try and make that play, obviously, but it already got shut down by the Hardos, who, no matter what happens, are just saying, like, hey guys, we're not going to be fooled either way. We're not going to give you an opportunity to use that Zarya. But a double support would also still work for Gunnars on. If you're going for a style where Vala is going for auto attacks, that level 1 talent is everything. Obviously, the synergies with Manticore and level 16, with Acrobat or Farfalla Quiver and 20 are really important, but it's all about how well you're stacking a level 1 while not dying. There's a gambit component towards the talent, so if you die, you lose some of that auto attack speed that you gain by picking the talent, and therefore double support works really, really well to empower those plays. Benny on Varian is obviously trying to make them pay for that choice. So he's coming in with the taunt, Brightwing with the polymorph behind it, Nick for all the damage, together with Hogger, and then Hazu likely needs also another CC talent on him. He needs a hero with a bit more CC. I don't think that Varian and Brightwing are going to cut it here. Malthael even. Alright, and an Uberak. They're going at this point into a triple front line. They're going to swap Uther over to Smexy. So they might have tried to go for Zarya after all. But the triple front line should give Vala a lot of wiggle room and a lot of space that she can work with to weave those attacks in, since we can still expect them to go for the auto attack style. Last pick then again, we have the Hardos with the final pick of map number 1 of our draft. And here in Towers of Doom, they decide to go into Falstad. It's birdie time. A bit more control over the map. Macro. Got the global in. And with that, we're headed towards the first map of the series, everybody. 7th qualifier, the grand final. Which team locks in an additional 10 points towards the leaderboard to get that pole position in the playoffs? We're going to find out right now. Towers of Doom, first map in the grand final.
Heroes
Gunnars on against the Hardos. Map number 1. We are on towers and we got Mena on Uther again. Okay, they are still role switching a bit. We have all of a sudden a Nubarak played by Smexy, blazes on Wooby, so his side laning is finally in his main role again. Azerite has taken over on the damage and is going into a multi-shot build. Well, he's stacking, but he's not stacking auto attacks. Plus Monkey on Malthael. So definitely a different lineup for them than they used in previous matches. But Meno and Uther, that is definitely an interesting sight. We had it in the semis, but they're going for it again against a much stronger opponent now with Yasuo on Brightwing. But Benny on Varian, Hazu on Falstad, Nick on Mephisto, and Copenhagen is playing Hogger. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. What can they do here? We got stacks with the missile build on... with the skull missile build for Malthael. Yep. No. Wait. No. Malthael is not going for a missile build. That would be a little bit weird. Would be interesting, but no. Malthael is at this point just trying to survive because he gets ganked up at the top. Mephisto is the one... No way. 7 hit points! 7 hit points! Calculated! Not even close. He's like, I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Yeah, he is a real rocket surgeon. He is a real rocket surgeon. He knew it from the beginning. He just came in, calculated it through. And he was like, guys, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not committing honorable Sudoku up at the top lane here. I'm totally okay. So, yeah, with 7 hit points, we see Malthael survive. The Skull Missile build that I was trying to talk about is being played by Mephisto, of course, and he's starting to get the stacks in, as does Falstad, by the way. So, with that, we have topside also Copenhagen going for the big poke as he's trying with a bit of spin to win to lock the first camp in. Same as happened at the bottom of the map. Both of the teams have gone for the play here. So, the red team is getting a slight lead in pumpkins, at least. And it's Halloween, so every pumpkin counts double. I wish, right? Bad Benny, body blocked, attacked, and there it is, the kill. He was looking for some friends, he found too many, and they just took him down. Honestly, every single time I see the portrait of Varian, I think the guy needs a haircut. The guy needs a haircut and he needs to stop boozing. I mean, seriously, look at that face. Look at that face. You can't tell me that that guy doesn't like the bottle a little bit too much. So yeah, Varian, I'm really sorry, but this is an intervention. We all love you. No, we don't. And you should definitely stop it. You're not only ruining your life, you're ruining the life of your friends and family. So please, just see reason. And yeah, grab a cup of water or something every now and then. And get a haircut, for crying out loud. So yeah. Level 4 talents are in for both, and here we go. Objective time. Okay, guys, get the party started. Obviously, with Falstad, they got a little bit of an advantage here on the red team side, since they can try and get a channel at the top and then fly down to the big battle around the third altar. Hazu later on will, with this Mighty Gust, also try to isolate players, as he often does, so buy a bit of time. And here comes the taunt. They're going for Azerite Svala, but this time at least, Svala unimpressed. Hazu needs to get out of this one too, and they're body blocking Varian again. Bad Benny. Bad Benny. And is he going full good Benny here? Yeah. Bad Benny turns into good Benny as he goes in for the kill. Takes Vala down. The jet propulsion misses. Yasuo is low, so is Benny. They don't care. They are still trying to get the kill on Mena, and Uther is dropping dangerously low and gets taken out by Hogger. Hogger with a big play takes Uther down, and once that the ghost is out, likely another channel for the Hardos. They're already working on it with Hazu getting the stacks. Another kill against Whoopi, maybe the Whoopster, and he gets taken apart by Brightwing. Adding insult to injury, he gets eliminated by the Fruit Fly. 3 kills to 1, the Hardos with the lead. Now, we get an early level 7 for the Hardos as well. Boomerang for Falstad, and the camps, they get taken in once more. But also, of course, the advantage goes to the red team, and we're talking about points on the core. With level 7, we still have Hot Pursuit after the multi-shot build has now started up with the level 1 and the level 4 talent. So at least on those two, they're doing well. With level 1, we have the Neural Stim Pack. And down here, it's time for a defense against the pumpkins, more or less. Yeah, everybody's just trying to take those out. The entire wall has been opened up earlier, so if the Gunnars on is able to get those pumpkins connected with structures, they might even have a chance to convert that bell tower early on. But for that, they would also need a few kills. Yeah, and that is unlikely to happen, since the Hardos are not going to give them that opportunity all that easily. Hogger is still going to go for the spin to win here, and always keep false side in mind. If you run a global on this map, you have so many more options that you can utilize. Whenever there's a fight for an altar, you can either push out, get some experience for your team, or you can just simply fly in, create a numbers advantage, and try to use that small time window to get a kill or two, or just lock the objective itself in. But anyways, by now, we got still level... I mean, they have half a level lead currently. So, the Hardos, if it continues at pace, even without false stat, have a very good shot at getting an early level 10. And that's a small window, but if that happens around an altar spawn, then you can kiss that one goodbye. Or maybe they can even force a fight, and that would be neat as well. There's the taunt against Mena. And I don't think that he's too impressed here. So the fight continues, and this time the stuns are hitting Hazu, but he's still fine. The problem is Benny isn't. He dies, and with Benny down, there's a chance now. Monkey on Malthael, he's dropping out of the fight as we have Hogger spinning for the win again. Vala is still dead. Nicely done by Mephisto. They're trying to go for Copenhagen. And he gets... yeah, he gets killed. He looked for a moment like he would get out, but not happening. The ult from Mephisto. They finally have their level 10s. The red team is still waiting for theirs. The damage. Oh, Nick. Yeah, Nick nearly murdered them here. They were all super low, and Nick nearly got his kills in. But now we got level 10 for both teams. The problem is that Uther now is dead as well. So Mena just got killed with 36 to 32 points. The blue team hasn't given up on the altar yet, but things are starting to look a bit more problematic. Especially since, well, it's a 4 versus 4 at the end of the day, I suppose. But now with Copenhagen back to business, this turns into a numbers advantage for the Hardos. They're coming in, they're killing an Uberak. Smexy is dead, Whoopi is in trouble, he dies too. And now it's a cleanup job. The last rights on Bad Benny. I nearly didn't kill him. But Monkey will fall. And they get the shots on the core. Monkey will not fall. Mena is back. And Woodchuck Uther is saving the day for the aspect of death. Spray game is still on point. We got 8 kills to 4. And a small lead on the core points for the Hardos. So yeah, Malthael actually survived. Well done. Nice timing also. I mean, obviously he didn't see Mena. But that was perfect timing. He just got in range when Malthael was dropping dangerously low, and that saved the day for him. So right now, we have still bot lane damage coming in. Nick and Benny gotta be very, very careful now. Now they're obviously trying to save that camp. And now they're attempting to take it down, but with Monkey being this aggressive and having only 10 seconds on his cooldown for the last rides, you gotta be a bit careful. If you get poked from the backliners, from Azerite for example, then a last ride could definitely finish the job here. But as it stands, they take the pumpkins out, so at least that works. They can still take their own camp. But here comes Copenhagen again. I love how both teams are heavily aggressive around camps. I really, really like it. Now, Benny's taunt against Smexy doesn't do that much. It forces him back a little bit, though, and that's all that they needed to do. Split him off from the rest of the team, and it allowed Hazu to secure the camp by simply utilizing his Gust and his ult and pushing them away. So they steal the camp. And that helps them... I mean, not all... Oh, yeah! That's stack farming. That's Malthael just stack farming. He's like, wait, boys, I got this. Arrgh! And everybody's like, well, dude, we didn't really need that, you know? And he's like, well, you know, in the long run, we're gonna get value out of it. So poor Hogger got ganked heavily. And now Azu barreled into a really awkward spot. Emerald Wind about to save him, but not for long. Yep, there we have it. The kill against Falstad. It's a 5 versus 3, and Varian is in trouble. Benny should not be able to survive this. Brightwing comes in, Azerite with a strafe. And they get... Oh, the double kill. They get both of them. They get both of the kills. The entire team is still alive and they can move away. They got both of the kills and we're taking another quick look at this. Yeah, check this one out. So they nearly survived. The stun comes in from Smexy and then they're so incredibly low. All of the damage with the strafe was not enough, but towards the end they both pop. Varian and Brightwing, they both die. And now we have 8 kills to 8, level 13 for both teams. Yeah, boy oh boy. It's an interesting one. It's a good start into the grand final. And by now, Gunnars on, they've taken the lead in XP. Not a big one, but it's there. Structures are going to play a big role. Structures are going to play a big role right now. As the death time has increased, the next team that gets a few kills here should be able to take a bell tower. And take that over. So, we'll see if it's going to be over the altar, maybe over the boss, but that battle is going to happen eventually. 32 stacks for Vala, 72 for Falstad. Damage output of Vala is at this point at 34,000. And Malthael is at 30k himself, so it's not too bad. Obviously still attempting to farm his ult a little bit more, so there's the reduced cooldown. 35k, second highest damage in the game, Mephisto for the red team. And let's go everybody. The big battle at the bottom of the map. Here comes the cocoon. Yeah, they're trying to go for Varian, but Benny, jet propulsion is connected. And they could go for the last rites. Do they drop them low enough? Do they have an opportunity here? Last rites is up, hasn't been used yet. Benny is low, but not low enough. And you also got to be careful. Against Varian, not the best target. You have to play around his cooldowns a bit. Monkey finally coming back into that battle. It's a 5 versus 5 at the bottom of the map. Half a level is missing for Gunnars on to hit level 16, which would give them, of course, a huge lead for this fight. And Malthael splits into the mid lane. Malthael tries to go into the middle of the map to secure them the experience that they need here. That might have been a mistake. The red team is playing aggressive immediately, and they are likely going to lock this one in. Malthael, he took the camp down, he took the mercenary camp down, and now, well, he just stays. He just stays in the middle. They got a taunt at the bottom. Yeah, Whoopi, oh, with a turn. 16 is in, but is it too late? They got the 16 ton advantage, but is it too late now? The benediction can be played out. Monkey's coming back in. They bought all the time here. All the time they needed. And Malthael just grieves. Monkey, no, not like this. He goes in the mid lane, soaks experience for 16, and then he commits Sudoku at the bot lane. Just rushes in. Honorable Subaru by Malthael. Monkey is dead. Now it's a 5 versus 4. They try to go for Benny, but he turns it and they drop Vala. Vala down. 5 versus 3 situation now in favor of the Hardos. And a beautiful gust from Harzorps is guarantee them another 2 kills. That one was big. That one was absolutely big. Great job by Arzu. The channel is gonna go through, but look at that beauty. They try to move out and Falstad comes in. Nope. Gusts them into a corner. That's a double kill. The altar has been channeled 16 to 16, and they can go for that bell tower finally. Here it is. Easy kill at the bottom bell tower. They control the rest of the map, of course, too. Vala has Manticore on 16. Anubarak with the epic enter. He's epically entering the opponent's backline with a new talent pick. Aptly named. 8 kills to 12. The red team has taken a big lead here now. In experience, it might not look like it. But in points on the core, also in just simple momentum, they control the bot lane, the most important lane on Towers of Doom. They have the pumpkin control. And Falstad, of course, enabling that with that big gust that he just YOLO'd out there in the last fight. Malthael is also dead now, so they jumped him in the middle of the map. The aspect of death is doing a lot of dying. 89 stacks for the birdie. 49 stacks for Vala. You can really tell that the blue team is suffering a bit now. The leading experience has been extended to nearly an entire level. So, for the time being, more pumpkins are captured at the bottom of the map. And with a triple altar phase starting up, this one could hurt a lot. They could drop down into the single digits. Boss is also up. It's not only the triple altar phase, they're dealing with the boss too. There's a lot that could go wrong now. There is definitely a ton that could go wrong for Gunnars on. And, well, maybe they should take the Gunnars off, because maybe if they can see them better, they can coordinate around it. But as is, Falstad, he's the one at the top right. 13 to 8, and he gets the channel, and well, whoopee. Okay, for just a moment it looked like he might be in trouble too, but he's able to get out. Big shots fired. That's 10 shots against 3. 14 on the core against 25. And they still have bell tower control bot lane. Not for much longer though, it's already very low. But Falstad can always guarantee them a bit more experience. Just move on to the side lane, soak it there, fly back in when you need to. And we might see that from them now. It's a bit of a chokehold that the Hardos have Gunnars on in now. And not really a lot of stacks for Malthael either. So it's not like anybody is stacking or scaling greatly into the late game here. And Uprak is, by the way, the only one that only died once on the blue team. Everybody else died 3 times. So Smexi's tank prowess is there for now. Needs to, of course, also make the plays happen. Tries to go for the stun. First one is in. A lot of damage for Mephisto again. And he's at 63,000 now. He's really starting to chase the damage of Vala. Getting very close. Dangerously close. Yeah, and now they're going for the next camp. That's the beauty of controlling the bot lane. That's the beauty of controlling both of the bell towers at the bottom of the map. You have consistent access to the pumpkins down there. You can threaten the opponent's core, and they are threatening kills as we speak. And this time, Wooby goes down. Wooby is dead. A double altar just got announced. Oh boy, they are in trouble. The blue team is in real danger now. 8 kills to 14. Level 20 in a few more seconds. Azerite with 400 hit points. Now, to be fair, the red team also barely made it out of the fight. But Right Wing is already present to try and mitigate that problem. This one is going to be retaken. That's definitely going to happen. But they're dropping down into the single digits now, one way or another. Level 20 talents are in play. And that gives us intensive wins. And while it sounds like Brightwing is farting a lot more, it also means that we have an absolutely ridiculous amount of cooldown reduction. Look at this. The cooldown gets reduced to 5 seconds. You can use that thing whenever you want. It doesn't matter. You can use that thing over and over in team fights. That level 20 upgrade is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Whoever made that choice at the Blizzard HQ, whichever of those 2 developers that Heroes of the Storm still has made that decision, was definitely drunk or high when they made that choice. Because if you've seen that in action, then you know what's going to happen right now. Have fun trying to control anything in this game anymore. 6 points on the core against 25. The blue team made the only play that was left for them. They went for the boss to remove it from the map. 21 now for the red team, but of course it means that they are losing out on the bottom bell tower. Here comes the play. They're looking for the next fight. It's 20 versus 20. 20 versus 20. So there we have it. Let's gas the wind tunnel. And can they go for Hazu? Hazu, last rights. That's a kill. Yes, and Brightwing is dead too. The Divine Shield, and all of a sudden the red team is dying. The red team is dying. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. They get the counter kill on Smexy, but it doesn't save Nick. Mephisto is dead. Copenhagen is on the run. Wow. Gunnars on with a 5-man team wipe. Everybody is dropped on the red team. They just lost every single hero. They come back on Towers of Doom, everybody. Gunnars on with some insane team fight coordination in that last battle. And now they have an opportunity to bring this game back slowly but steadily. They have 20 seconds to take this bell tower in the middle, to channel, maybe to even start the barrage. But whatever they do, they need to apply pressure now. They need to build that up. And yeah, they go towards the top right. I really would love for them to get some of these bell towers before they go for the channel. But Mena already takes care of this one. It's only 4 shots fired. I think they should have gotten at least 5 out of this. Now they're trying to make the play in the middle for another bell tower. So the only altar that they channeled for now is the one on the opponent's side, which makes sense. They're poking this one out. They want to get at least 5 points out of the top left. But as you can tell, at the bottom of the map, there's another play being made by the Hardos. So they're not allowing for that, at least not all that easily. Finally, Blaze is moving over. Yeah, they're retaking this. So at least for now, they get 5 points. Now, that's still 12 points against 6. So, actually, yeah, there it is. 12 points against 6. So, it's not too bad. For the Hardos, it's annoying. For Gunnars on, it is the beginning, potentially, of a comeback. The kill against Falstad was, by the way, only the second kill for Malthael with his ult. Last rights is only at 2 stacks. Only 2. So, we got 89,000 damage for Vala. She's the top damage dealer in the game right now. The ult from Mephisto once again. And talking Mephisto, Monkey! Monkey, no! Oh, that hurts. That hurts, but at least he's back, right? The aspect of death, he doesn't like dying. So, yeah, no one can stop death. He's back, but that also means if he dies again, he won't be able to repeat that little play anytime soon. So they retake this one. Hey, guys, again, one fight can win you the game right now. There was a big lead for the Hardos, and they lost it when they lost the last fight. So kudos to Gunnars on. They did a great job here starting that comeback. But if they can go all the way, that's a very different question at this point. The next altar phase is going to spawn 2, one in the middle, one at the bottom. But we might have the fight even before that. Stuns, as both teams are just poking around each other. Nobody's overly committed to anything yet. Nobody used the big cooldowns. Mephisto might be the only exception here. I mean, his one is huge and used it earlier, so he has to wait another 60 seconds. But here they go again, trying to zone them away. Big stun from Whoopi. But they need more than that. That's just simply not enough. Good stun against Yasu. Support in a bit of trouble. Intensifying winds are kicking in. And Monkey is already channeling. Monkey's channeling. And Brightwing? Okay, Brightwing can't get that far. But Hazu is just saying, alright guys, I gotta go for the Gust here. It's the only play we have to interrupt them. And now they're making the fight happen. Finally, they're going in for it. And Ubrak low. Blue team in trouble. Blue team in big trouble. Uther is dead. They're trying a counter kill. They want Hazu. And they just... yeah, they get him. They get him. But Whoopi is going to pay the price for it, doesn't he? Whoopi! Oh my god, he might get out. Down here, Monkey, on the other hand, he doesn't seem like he's going to be that lucky. Whoopi's already dead. Blaze has fallen. So does Malthael. Brightwing is annihilated. Azurite gets dropped. It's a 5-man wipe. It's a 5-man wipe. Smexy, you can run, baby. You can't hide. And they go for the double channel. This is game. The first map of the series is over. 2 points against 12, and the final shots are fired. 21 kills to 15, 36 in total, as the Hardos take the lead against Gunnars on in the grand final.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Dragonshire, everybody. We are on the second map in the best of 3 series here at the grand final of the 7th qualifier for the X Cup Fall. Yeah, today was a quick one. We had one game after another where teams went for speedruns, went super aggressive and just hammered out victories. And these two in particular did extremely well today. But map number 1 was dicey. Big back and forth, and towards the end nearly a victory for Gunnars on as they were aiming for the comeback. That nearly worked out for them, but now we're heading towards Dragonshire. And first pick, first ban on the side of Gunnars on the blue team, which means that the Hardos were deciding the map, and, well, they picked Dragonshire. So now Rexa gets banned right away, the king of Dragonshire eliminated. No chance for him to rule the top lane with an iron fist. Dehaka also taken out, which very likely is going to leave us with Urel and Blaze. Like, they are two of the big options up at the top now. There's alternatives, granted, but those two very likely are going to make an appearance in this draft one way or another. So let's not jump ahead of ourselves and look a bit at what we're getting here at the first pick. First of all, we get Stukov, and it is Whoopi who locked it in. Now, they've been already trying some role swaps over here. They've been trying to play some mind games as well. Whoopi locks the hero in. You don't really know. Are they trying to go for the double support? Are they just role swapping? Are they maybe just trying to fake something a bit? So for the Hardos, they can't really interpret it too much. So they just stick to their own plays and to their guns. We have Nico and Vala, and we get Bad Benny on an Uberok. The Vala plays have been crazy. And it's funny to me because how many weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, we casted the Korean tournament, the Fish Cup, and Vala was banned every single game. I think she saw play in one map, maybe two, towards the very end of the tournament. Outside of that, every map we saw, she was banned. And at that time, in Europe, she wasn't played at all. Like, she was neither banned, she wasn't played. Nobody even looked at her. And now, all of a sudden, Vala is just cropping up everywhere. So, you see her in nearly every game, either as a ban or as a pick. Oftentimes with that auto-attack style now, just hammering away. And I am very much so looking forward to see what Nick can pull off in the second game of the series. If they can maybe even win it, you know, decide the entire series in their favor, lock in the 10 points towards the scoreboard, and get themselves into a fantastic position for the playoff bracket. Diablo and Yrel. So Yrel on the side lane. That one's already come true. Now we're just asking the question, what happens with Blaze? Is he picked now, or do they decide in favor of a different side laner? And Yrel and Diablo as a tag team are, of course, super powerful. A lot of pushing around, a lot of attacking people here. Brightwing and Leo this time. Yeah, Copenhagen's Leo is also very, very strong. Offers more slows. Just general good engage. You can come in with the slow, you can come in with the Tomb later. Brightwing, the polymorph. And with Hazu, they could always, if they want to, go into an additional frontliner. No problem for them. Triple frontline, creating space for Vala is not an issue. If they want to have more damage, Hazu can help them with that as well. Main on Falstad, so they're also picking the global, which picks one of the heroes that Hazu plays a lot here away from them. So it's a bit of a deny and a good pick for them at the same time. Main played plenty of Falstad in the past few weeks, but we get Azerite on Tracer now for the main damage here. Well, as it stands, let's go. We got Hazu as the last pick for the team, as they're trying to get the 2-0 victory over Gunnars. And it is Imperious. The triple front line is set up to create space for Nyx Vala. Let's go, everybody. Let's see if the Hardos can win the second game of the best of 3 here on Dragonshire. Let's go. Game number 2. Mena on Falstad, everybody. Whoopi on Stukov. We have Azerite for Gunnars on, playing in game number 2 of the series. A Tracer. And of course, Monkey playing Yrel on the side lane, and Smexy on Diablo. Well, as we're continuing with this, the Hardos with the 1-0 lead in this series. They have Hazops on Imperious. Nick is playing Vala with Bad Benny on Anubarak, Yazu on Brightwing, and Copenhagen on one of his favorites, playing Leoric, as Nick decides to move away from the auto-attack build for game number 2 and instead focus into the arrow build again. Locking the first arrow in against Hazu right at the start of this. And with that, we're gonna have the party up. We got on level 1 also the Maraud's inside here. We got the low blow. No crazy choices with the level 1 talents, but the rotations here. This is one of the cool things about Dragonshire. Dragonshire is one of the few maps where you have to control multiple points at the same time to gain the objective. So macro is incredibly important. It's one of the reasons why heroes like the Haka, Falstad and others are so strong here. So we'll see which team is able to pull those macro plays off the most. And oftentimes you will see teams that are not quite as good or experienced with macro play ban out Dragonshire in competitive play for that very reason. But with Gunnars on and the Hardos, we got 2 teams that have plenty of experience playing not only on international stages but also on this map. So we'll see which one is a bit better here today. Yazu is adding 1 global for the Hardos. I mean, it's not quite the same as having a Falstad or the Haka in your lineup, but still. And currently up at the top, that's currently Monkey, Copenhagen locked in their 1 versus 1. Copenhagen against Yrel. It's going to be an interesting battle between the two. There's a bit of an advantage for Monkey because he can just like jump, as you just saw, between the point and the lane. But down here at the bottom, a quick kill on the Fruit Fly. Brightwing is down. Trashwing eliminated, and they control the mid lane, so there's no problem with the pressure that has been created to the control on both of the shrines by the Hardos. They also didn't even try to go for the Dragon Knight, but instead moved in to take the camp. And just as Smexy is hoping to lock in the first objective, he gets interrupted as the red team moved into the mid lane with perfect timing and didn't allow for it to happen. So the builds continue as you would expect. We've only seen 1 kill so far in the game, but they're aiming for number 2. They're going for Whoopi, and Benny is also low, and he's the first one to fall. He actually dies at the same time than Stukov. A kill for a kill, but the fight isn't over yet. Smexy is slowly retreating, and there's the engage from Hazu, and Smexy, he's alive. Less than 100 hit points, but he makes it out of the fight. Oh boy, we're off to a good start, aren't we? 2 kills to 1, level 5.5 to 5. Double control on the shrine again, and yes, Monkey is forced to retake the shrine. That means he has to abandon the lane for now, and Copenhagen is ruthlessly exploiting the situation by dropping the entire wall, opening up opportunities to take the fountain down and eliminate the lane sustain from the team. The battle is continuing in the meantime. That 4-man is not stopping. They are moving from the bot lane straight into the middle, trying to go for additional attacks. Falstad has now taken the bot lane control, but Leo, falling back up at the top, has reclaimed it. Urel didn't stand a chance, and the fountain is gone. And guys, that is a disaster. On a map like Shire, losing the fountain on the lane is putting you into such an awkward position. They need to set up ganks like they're doing right now in order to have a chance to control this. So this is the counterplay. You need to rotate a lot more aggressively. You need to make sure that you have a chance of actually forcing the top laner back, because that top lane battle is now decided. If it is played out in a vacuum, at this point, then Leo is just going to win it. That cooldown on his own fountain makes it possible. Urel will never have that as an option to recover hit points. And that's a big, big problem for Monkey in the long run. So Monkey needs rotations from here on out. He needs rotations. Copenhagen is already a beast, and he's proven that earlier in the game as he destroyed that entire wall, but things are gonna become worse. And obviously one of the things that assisted him really well is the camp that was taken by the teammates. That's one of the main reasons why the wall fell in the first place, so good play by the Hardos, and they're continuing with nice plays as they go for the Dragonite. Nick, on the other hand, griefing a little bit here, he dies, and that shuts that attack down a bit. Because now, without the damage dealer, yeah, you can use the Dragonite in the middle to burn these waves down. And this is, by the way, what you should do if you're ever in a defensive position but you have the objective. Rely on the abilities on the Dragonite and nothing else. Don't go into tower range. Don't waste it. Just stay a bit outside and use that Dragon Breath on the wave every time you can and try to attack the towers at the same time with it. As you can see, they are still getting the entire wall. They got multiple waves. And they got lots of value out of the Dragonite, despite the fact that they only had 4 heroes on the map. Even the Fountain falls. So given the circumstances, that is a lot of value that they got out of objective number 1. There's a lot of teams and players that might have wasted that, so keep that in mind for your own play. Don't YOLO in, don't think you need to use that massive battle axe to get kills. Yasuo's already trying to... Oh, nice juke by Yasuo. Very nicely done. Monkey instead is in trouble, but it is Hazu that falls on Imperius. The Space Goat dies too, though. Nick is back to business, and he is going for the big shots now. Yeah, well done. 5 kills to 2, but the Hardos are ahead. They've taken a lot of the structures down up at the top. They've done the same thing in the middle, and down at the bottom of the map, some have been eliminated too. So, well played. Nicely done. Nick and Yasuo still going for camps together as the level 10 talents are kicking in for both of the teams. And all the way up at the top, as you can see, already additional damage against the Fortis. Copenhagen is escorting another wave into the structure. We got the barbecue plays for Smexy's Diablo. It's kind of weird to see him on something else than the support these days. But yeah, that allows, of course, others to go into their normal roles. Main in this case can play as Falstad. But it's interesting to see Whoopi on the support. Yeah, so they're just swapping the support role out a bit today. As mentioned before, they're not playing with Poik today, they're not playing with Breeze, so the tank role in particular is something where they have to swap players in and out. But Monkey at the top is a bit alone against all of this, and Benny is, yeah, engaged, doesn't get the stun connected. If Monkey gets hit by that, I mean, first of all, that means that he is just inting. But yeah, if that happens, he's dead. There's too much follow-up. 5 kills to 2. Bottom of the map. There's the Siege Shines wreaking havoc. And Copenhagen is already calling for the team. He's like, boys, can I please get a bit of an assist here? So the entire wall is gone. They're still playing it out with Smexy, who's just slowing all of this down. And Leo, he doesn't care. He just wants someone to help him keep those structures in play. Smexy will die. He should die. He might die. Is he gonna die? He's not gonna die. He's gonna survive. Because everybody else is here by now. They go for Tracer. And Tracer... Gosh, he dies, and so will Smexy. It took them a little bit longer than I expected, but at the end of the day, the Lord of Terror turns into a harmless kitty and gets eliminated. Tracer also died. The cavalry came, saw, and got murdered. And now with 5 kills to 4, Gunnars on might still be ahead on the kill count, but they are falling farther and farther behind everywhere else. Experience, they're now at a deficit. Down here, Mene is getting attacked. Benny's a bit low in mana. He needs to get the hell out of there. Back to the Nexus, top the pool off a bit. I guess the regeneration globes help too. But this 4 top side is obviously not gonna make it much longer. So that was the first one to fall. Level 13. I'm gonna have it ready in another moment. But now we got the Burning Beetle, tempered by Discipline, the Pixie Power, and the Spectral Leech. Alright, hoppity hop. Space Goat is moving in again. Yeah, and down to the bot lane. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, trying to go for the Entomb. That didn't quite work out. But at least slowed them. I mean, again, URL doesn't stand a chance there. They were really looking to get the kill. In the mid lane, you see Hazu denying the channel on the Dragon Knight. At the top, they're already reclaiming it. Brightwing, interestingly enough, is the only one defending that bottom fort. So yeah, they need to rotate very quickly to make sure that the Fruit Fly is not the only one trying to take care of the lane. And they have more or less everybody else in, with the exception of Leo, who's still at the top. But he's making the rotation over now. If they can reclaim that control on the temple, that would be an easy Dragon Knight, as long as Urel isn't back. But yeah, she's now respawned and making her way back into the middle. Damage output. We have 27,000 for Vala with the arrow build. 17,000 only for Tracer. And even Imperius is at 20,000. Look at Leo. He's at 21k. Another Entomb, another catch, and another kill. They take Urel down. 6 kills to 5 now. And the delivery system is in. Beautiful. Tracer doesn't stand a chance. And they're not stopping. They're not stopping. They're trying to go for the next kill immediately. But this time they get shut down. They will take that photo. But let's take another look at that kill. So right there, they get the kill against Urel first, thanks to the Entomb, the mace to the face. Then look at this play. So the immediate delivery of Tracer, and she just gets blown up. I mean, insta blow up on the hero. No chance whatsoever. She goes down, that's 2 kills, and the fort in the mid lane, it falls, and now the one at the bot lane, they're going to try and flank in on it too, aren't they? I know, they're not going to be that aggressive, but that's 2 siege giant camps now, attacking it from both sides. The Dragon Knight gets taken as well. Oh boy, yeah, Gunnars on is in real trouble. They are falling farther and farther behind as all of this continues. The couple of kills we saw in the last few minutes also gave a mad chunk of experience over to the Hardos. So they are sitting not only at level 16, but they have more than a level lead over the blue team. And you can tell where that's coming from with the stats down here. There's another one. 5,200, 6,000 points in experience through hero kills alone. Whereas Gunnars on has less than half of that. And even on the minion experience, they're doing better. Given the fact that they're up against Falset with a global, that is pretty impressive. Now Tracer is dead too. And with the Rel in the middle, desperately attempting to get them some experience so that they can fight a play on even talents. There's just no denying that the fort is not the only thing that's falling here. The keep is eliminated, and now they're on their way to a potential victory. They want to go for the core, and they might be able to take it down. It all depends on Smexy and Monkey right now. Whoopi is helping, but there is the cocoon, and the core is slowly going to fall. With Diablo dead, there's just nobody, there's no denying it anymore. They should be able to end the game right here, right now. Maybe, just maybe Gunnars on can buy themselves a little bit more time. The core is down to 80%, but now Falstad has just been eliminated. Monkey is biting the dust, and Azerite, yeah, they're desperately trying to buy them a bit more time, but it is over. There goes Stukov. Azerite is also low. This is a game, everybody, as the Hardos take the victory in the grand final and decide the 7th qualifier in their favor.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.